All right, Esther chapter 8, let's call this one cup of rings. Really, it's just one ring because the ring that Haman had previously had to issue the edict of genocide, essentially against the Jews, the king is now going to take and give to Mordecai. And not only that, the house of Haman he is going to give to Esther, who in turn is going to give that to Mordecai, as well as these two partner up again to perfect the salvation or the relief of the Jewish people at this time in Persia, as Esther is going to lead off by continuing to plead with King Ahasuerus, not just to save her and Mordecai, but to save her entire people. To which the king is going to respond, look, I've already given you Haman's household because of what he planned to do to the Jews, so you might as well just write an edict spelling out the relief you would describe. And to help her out, he is going to have the royal scribes brought in, and the royal scribes are going to work with Mordecai to pen or draft such an edict. And after it is drafted, they're going to have it sent out to all of the provinces in their languages on royal steeds sent out riding swiftly. And so when the order revoking or really revising the previous order, since it's going to say that a royal order sealed with the king's signet ring cannot be revoked, now they're going to have a second order, at worst, modifying the order that Haman made, understanding that they are going to issue theirs not for another day, but the same day. But instead of the Jewish people being attacked on the 13th day of the 12th month of the year, they are now going to have license to lay hands on, and not in the holy sense, but hands-on in terms of subduing any enemies that would have done them harm on that same day of the year, also being given license to plunder them. However, when the order is executed, as we'll see in the next chapter, they aren't going to so much seem interested in taking the plunder as much as they are simply getting relief from those who would have done them harm. And so by the end of the chapter, we're going to see Mordecai sent out in royal robes and a crown, now on his way to becoming second in command to the king of Persia, in the very kingdom that would have seen he and his people annihilated. The very reason we chose to focus on the ring within that larger subject of a recipe for relief is the way in which this time, once again, the very power that Haman used to enjoy is now going to be given to Mordecai. Understanding that Jesus himself once again said that with the measure we use, it will be measured back to us. I don't know about you, but there are times in life when it might not be going so great for me, but I need stories like this beyond any kind of complicated lesson to just give me a chance to see some people who were stepped on and mistreated get their day. And so I get a lot of joy reading this story about Esther having already been picked from amongst a people group of slaves to be made queen over the entire kingdom of Persia. And now likewise, Mordecai, the man who raised her, now on his way to becoming second in command of the entire kingdom of Persia. Once again, pointing back to something we say from time to time around here, and that's, look, my joy might be limited, but I can maximize or multiply my joy the more I learn to rejoice for other people. We get it when it comes to our sports teams and our heroes. We cheer loud and get real proud when they do well, but how much better do we do when we see people who probably deserve a break actually getting one? And how much more when we see stories like this where, once again, people who have been stepped on and mistreated finally get their day. It gives me hope that even if I don't get mine, I can be happy for them and hope that one day, maybe that could be me too. But either way, I'm happy for you, Esther, Mordecai, and the people of Israel. As chapter 9 will give us a chance to see them celebrate their relief. Praise God.